Rod here, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to show you the difference in size and setting up of the Big Agnes Copper Spur HV UL1 and UL2. I bought the UL1 about a year and a half ago, and I used it on my vacation in Canada last year for my 3 backcountry trips, and I found it slightly cramped for me for one person. A few months ago I bought the UL2. Okay, over here we've got the UL1. And here we've got the UL2. You see the UL2 is just a little bit bigger. At least in packable size. Okay, I'm going to set up the UL1 first. Footprint. Tent. I'm not going to set up the rain flies. Okay, let's start with the footprint. On the footprint and the tent, the orange side are the feet. If you notice, it's less wide on the foot side compared to its head side. Now on the UL1, the poles, well, it's all one integrated pole. On the UL2, it's actually 2 poles. The cross member on the UL1, which is integrated, is a separate piece on the UL2. That's this piece right here. Now when you're setting it up, the cross piece, just make sure it's underneath the main bar. So right here it should be underneath. And if you notice, you've got orange on orange. Okay. Now I've got a little bit of a trick. I'll do the footprint first. And I'll do the tent second. If it's not really windy, you can quite often do this both. You can do this both at once. Or if you peg down the footprint, it won't move as much. Okay, that's the tent with the footprint. Okay, you just see the way it fits into the grommet. And as I say here, just make sure the cross member is underneath, not the other way around. On the footprint, the head side is gray, but on the tent it's brown. There's my tent there. Okay, you could set up the tent and the footprint at the same time, but unless you peg down the corners, I find with the wind and stuff, sometimes it can be a bit of a problem. So what I often do is, I'll just do it this way. So again, orange, orange, and orange. And here the head side on the tent is brown, on the footprint is gray, and there's no color on the poles. Okay, so all you have to do is just take out grommet by grommet, put it into the tent, and then back into the footprint. Quite often putting your foot on the footprint stops things from sliding around. So I take the pole out of the footprint, I put it in the tent, and I put it back in the footprint. That's 2 done. Same thing all the way around. Now when I set the tent up, I usually start with a cross member. Then these clips just go on. Tell me that wasn't easy. And the good thing with it being freestanding is you can lift it up and you can move it if you don't have it pegged down. It shows you how light it is though. It's a light breeze here and it's moving the tent. So it'll be a bit easier if I move it side on. See, that's one of the problems with it not being pegged down easy. It'll come out. Because it's such an ultralight tent, they both are, they really blow around in the wind. So normally I would have them pegged down, or when I'm in the desert I actually use rocks. I use paracord and then I hold them down with rocks. Because in the desert there isn't enough soil. There often isn't any soil to peg them down. So you see you've got the footprint on the bottom, you've got the tent. And that's the same on all four sides. And here, this piece right here, actually I think I've got it on wrong. It goes right here. Okay, so you've got the cross member. This one's slightly different, the two cross member end pieces. Then you've got these clips. So that's pretty easy to do. Okay, let's do the UL2. This footprint is wider, both at the feet and at the head. Now let's do it the same way. Again, gray for the head on the footprint. Orange for the feet on the footprint. For these poles on the UL2, if you're wondering which is upside, which is downside, there's a natural curve in all four poles, and it curves downwards. It's always a bit tricky getting the first two in. I always keep my foot on the footprint. 3. 4. Well, exactly the same. Except there's no inbuilt cross member. Okay, the 10th. Orange on the tent matches orange on the poles, matches orange on the footprint. If you wonder what that sound is, prayer time is just about to start. I think it's around 11:30. If you don't know, I'm in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. The difference is between the UL1 and the UL2 is the UL2 has this little cross member which fits on top. So the cross member goes on the foot side of the center. Now the UL2 has doors on both sides, where the UL1 doesn't. Door there, door there. Here's my UL1. There's only a door as you sleep on the left side. headroom. Lots of headroom in the UL1. But it is a little bit tight. I've only got about this much space on the free side. It's a little more headroom. And there's quite a bit more space on the free side. So this is my UL1 with this big Agnes sleeping pad and sleeping bag. Notice there's not much space on the sides. And there's hardly any space at the end. So this is pretty tight. This is all you can pretty well fit in here is one man with very little, you know, equipment, clothes, shoes, that type of stuff. And as I said, there's only a door on one side. Now this is the UL2. Look at the difference in the amount of space you have. That's on the head. That's on the feet. Okay, you don't have any more space at the back. Both tents are the same length, but there's a huge difference in width. I mean, this would be awful tight for two people. I don't think to tell the truth, I don't think two people could fit in here. But just think of all the extra equipment you can get in here. For the amount extra that you pay, and for the extra weight, for me this is so much better. This is the UL1. I really have no space on my side. This sleeping pad, it's a fairly new one, a big Agnes AXL Trail Boss. I think it's wider than my other two pads. So basically got zero space on the side with this pad. So with this tent I couldn't really get much or anything in it. But if I just want to sleep, it's fine. Okay, let's pack away the UL2. I just had a couple rocks in here to stop it from blowing. Once you got your sleeping pad and bag in here, it adds the extra weight where it doesn't go around as much. Now, whenever I pack away my tents, I always do up all the zippers. So I'll start by taking off the center cross brace, which folds into 3 easy sections. And I just undo all the little clips. Get everything arranged nicely. And take off the poles. This isn't the easiest thing to do when it's really, really windy. If you've got somebody with you, it's not bad when you're doing it yourself. Whenever I'm hiking, I carry the poles on the outside of the bag of my pack sack, and my tent is normally inside. I've already got my rain fly on the bottom. First in, last out. So I'd always want that to be out last if I use it. Of course, the tent will go in next. Now, the thing about these tents is they say you shouldn't fold them up in a regular manner, because eventually the fold marks, if you're always folding in the same spot, can be wear points. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. So I just sort of partially fold and the rest is just scrunch. And the fly is the same type of thing. There you go. Okay, the UL1. Take out any dirt. Door, as I said, there's only one door on this one. And it's on the left side as you sleep. Undo the cross member clips first. Rest of the clips. Get everything nicely arranged then. Oops, that's why it's good to keep your foot on it. And if you want, you do the poles at the same time. There you go. First of all, if you're wondering, this isn't my house. This is a vacant unit across the road from me. Nobody's lived here for quite a few years, so the ground and stuff hasn't been done. Backyard's a bit of a mess. Anyway, so the difference between the UL1 and the UL2 price-wise is only $70 US. Okay, I got all these facts and figures from the Big Agnes website today. So the UL1 is $379.95 and the UL2 is $449.95 US dollars. This is excluding the ground sheets. Okay, I would recommend you do get the ground sheets, but they'll add 5 or 6 ounces. Okay. The difference in weight, the trail weight, is only 9 ounces. Okay, the UL1 is 2 pounds 2 ounces, which is 964 grams, and the UL2 is 2 pounds 11 ounces, 1.22 kilograms. So the difference in weight is only 256 grams, 9 ounces. So if weight's not an issue, and for $70 more, I would highly recommend the UL2. I'm looking forward to my next big camping trips in Canada. I've only used the UL2 here in the desert on one-nighters. So I've never used it for an extended period, but I'm looking forward to doing so. The UL2 is quite a bit wider. It's 14 inches wider, both head and feet. So 14 inches, of course that's just a little bit over a foot. As I mentioned, the length is exactly the same, 88 inches, 224 centimeters. Difference in headroom is only 2 inches. So that doesn't really make a difference. There's no issue with the headroom on the UL1 anyway, so the extra 2 inches is just a little bit of a bonus. So there you go. I still use my UL1. For one-nighters it's not a problem, but for an extended where I want to keep stuff in my tent, let's say it was raining and I wanted to keep stuff dry, it'd be a bit easier to do so in the UL2. Anyway, I hope you found this informative. You guys can make your own choices. Oh, one thing I might want to mention is this year's UL1 and UL2 models are slightly different. These ones are possibly late 2018, definitely 2019. And I think the flies have been changed slightly. I think now with the flies you can keep the flies open with trekking poles. Whether these ones you probably could adapt them to trekking poles, but they're built to be pegged in. That's the flies I'm talking about, the rain flies. I've used the fast fly setup with a UL1. The first time was accidental. I accidentally packed the rain fly rather than the tent. Luckily there was no bugs. And it was nice. No issue with that. So you could just as easily do the same with the UL2. Anyway, thanks for joining me. And until I see you again, take care.